This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Everywhere you turn, it's the same old sports talk, the same headlines, the same news, and the same boring information. This podcast is here to change all of that. We bring you hot sports takes, winning sports betting strategy and picks, reliable gaming industry news, and breaking interviews with some of the biggest names in sports business. My name is Ryan Newpel, and welcome to the Noop Sports Show.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Noop Sports College Football Podcast. I'm Tom, along with Rodney, and we're going to talk about the games this week to help you make some money on our bets. Follow us at Noop Sports. It's knupsports.com. Find us on Facebook. We're also on Twitter. Hey, Rodney, another week of college football.
Yeah, crazy. Moving right along. Week 9 already. And there is some Thursday night games, so make sure you get in on some Thursday night games, including 25th ranked Virginia Tech at Pittsburgh. So we got to get in on the Thursday night games. There's some games on Friday as well. So make sure you get them in, and looking forward to college football week 9 already.
What are we doing at Noop Sports in the way of contest right now?
Oh, what aren't we doing at Noop Sports right now? Well, we got several things going on with the National Hockey League, basically just making the continuing the pick a team, pick a winner each night streak. Basically we're giving away $50 to bet now at the end of the season, or at the end of the month, and then a big prize at the end of the year. All you have to do is pick one team per day. Follow us on Twitter at Noop Sports. If that team wins, your streak moves on. If you lose, you get to start over. You don't get eliminated. And then the basketball one just started with the NBA. Basically what we're doing there is you're picking one player per night that you think will score 25 points or more. It's the same rules. Your streak will go on if they score 25 or more. You will stop the streak, and you can start over if they do not. So pretty easy. Follow us at Noop Sports and join via Twitter.
Okay, and they can't pick the same person twice, right?
Not in the basketball one. The hockey one, you can pick the same team every night if you'd like. They don't always play every night, but in the basketball one, you cannot.
Okay, well, let's get started with some college football. You mentioned Thursday night, Virginia Tech, number 25, going to Pitt. Pitt's 4-0 at home, but they're also a plus 4.5. I got to go with Virginia Tech on that one.
Yeah, I've seen spreads 3.5, 4.5, anywhere around there. I think even sit at 4 at some places. I think Virginia Tech should win this game, but Pitt's better at home, of course. Pittsburgh's 5-2, Virginia Tech's 5-2. Virginia Tech coming off that big win last week. I think we like the Virginia Tech Hokies in this one, but I think it should be a pretty good game. A little bit concerned it might be close, but I think Virginia Tech wins this one.
Okay, we got a battle out on the West Coast. We had Cal at USC. USC is a minus 16.5. I'm going to go with the road team. I got Cal going there.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, USC isn't certainly not the USC of old. Now, California's not real good either. They are coming off that 52-49 that busted everybody's over last week, scored 101 points, including one of our newsletter picks.
Yeah.
But, and they like to score. They don't play very good defense. Now, I'm not sure USC on the other side is equipped to play in a huge shootout type game. They did score 48 last week against Arizona, and they put up 41 against Arizona State. But I think USC wins this game at home, but almost 3 scores. That's too many. I'll take California, and I can get it at plus 16.5. I like the Bears to cover that.
Yeah, I think you probably got that one. Just down the road from me on Friday is Navy, number 22, going into Southern Florida. USF is minus 8.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit down the road. Yeah, a little bit south for you. But, it should be a fun one as well. South Florida's been a little bit better than I think people have thought. And they are favored, which is a surprise against the 22nd ranked Navy team. I think Navy covers this game. I think it's a pretty close game. I have no reason to think Navy can't cover the spread, no matter if it's in Tampa or wherever. I was thinking this is Miami, but yeah, you're right. Tampa's not too far. So I'll take Navy to cover this game. And in fact, I think Navy will win this game. I'll take the midshipmen in this one.
Yeah, I think I got Navy on that one too. And yeah, Tampa's about an hour and a half from me right now.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a fun one, but I think we'll take Navy.
Okay, we got still going out west. We got the undefeated Washington team on the road at Utah. Now Utah's 7-1, and they're 4-0 at home. They're plus 10.
Yeah, Utah is very good. Utah's very good, and Utah Washington are both good. This will be a fun game between two teams that probably two of the bigger surprises in all of college football. I mean, I don't think most people thought Washington would be a national title contender, and then Utah on the other end with just one loss. Problem is, I just don't think Utah has enough offensive firepower. I think Washington can score and score anywhere. Fourth ranked for a reason. I like Utah's story, but I love Washington. I think Washington blows the doors off this one. The total is only 52.5. I think Washington gets into 40s and wins this one pretty easily. I'll take Washington and the over in this one.
It's kind of a big deal for Washington. They lose, and it means a lot to them.
Yeah, I mean, Washington's the team that I think if they do lose a game, they are probably on the verge of getting left out. I mean, there's always that one team. Now, you look at Washington's remaining schedule, and they've got Cal and Washington State on the road, which that Washington State game to finish the season won't be easy. And they got USC and Arizona State at home. So they could run the table. This is their biggest hurdle from here to there. I think Washington blows the doors off this game and beats a pretty good Utah team.
Well, moving to the Big Ten, and I love this game. It's Nebraska at Wisconsin. Nebraska 7-0, Wisconsin 5-2. Wisconsin's an 8.5-point favorite the last I looked, and the public's going for Nebraska, and I do too.
Yeah, I don't know. Nebraska is one of those teams. Are they really that good? I mean, I know this. This is two top 10 teams. I seem to like Wisconsin in this one. I mean, but the problem is the 7.5, 8 points. I wish I could get this right at 7. I doubt I can by that point. I think I'm going Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin is tough to play at Camp Randall. I think this is probably the biggest test they've had all season. I mean, if you look at Nebraska, I mean, they haven't really won that big of a game. Their biggest win was against Oregon, and they've lost 5 in a row. They beat Northwestern, Illinois, Indiana, and Purdue, bad teams. I think Nebraska starts to downfall with this game and then at Ohio State. I think Wisconsin wins this game, and I'll take them -7. So we'll be opposite on this one.
Yeah, and the public should watch that one because that could come down to a very manageable number. And I think the public's really pounding Nebraska right now.
Yeah, and 7 points or 7.5 points, whatever it is at this point. I mean, that seems to be a lot. And two top 10 teams. I guess one of them is just outside the top 10 with Wisconsin at 11. But seems like a lot of points. But I fear Nebraska going on the road at a pretty hostile environment there at Camp Randall, and I don't know if they can handle it. I'll take Wisconsin to win this game by 10 at home.
A couple of teams that are high-profile teams but not doing so well. We got Miami at Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is +2.5. Where are you going with that one?
Yeah, how about this? Two of the most disappointing teams in all of college football. I mean, you thought these teams would be top 25. I mean, Miami started the season with 4 straight wins. Notre Dame had that big game against Texas. They end up losing that game and just haven't been the same since. I don't like either one of these teams. I think I'll favor Notre Dame since they're at home. South Bend's always been a pretty tough place to play. If I'm gonna get 2.5 points, I'll take the Fighting Irish, but don't love this game either way.
Yeah, Notre Dame is 1-3 this year at home.
Yeah, not good. And Miami's lost 3 in a row. Mark Richt, new head coach there, trying to figure some things out. Of course, Brian Kelly on the other side, really trying to figure things out. I mean, I look at it, 2-5. Notre Dame can't afford to lose anymore, or they'll be going home at Thanksgiving, which would be a major, major surprise. I'll take the Irish to find a way to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going with Miami. I think they're gonna squeak this one out. We got here's the game of the day. Clemson at Florida State. They've been pounding that on TV and the ads every night. Clemson 7-0. Florida State is a +4.5 on this one. What are you going?
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge game because really Clemson obviously is another team that really can't afford to lose. Now, Clemson is probably one of those teams that if they lost this game would still have a shot at getting a national title. Now, Louisville's 4-1 in the conference, so really Clemson's going to have to lose twice to lose out on a chance to go to the ACC final. So it's not as big a game as many might think for Clemson. Florida State on the other side, they have lost 2 games already. They're likely not going to play in the ACC championship, but with 2 losses, they could sure play a New Year's Day game. I think they would be it'd be right for that. I think Florida State's going to win this game. I think Florida State's finally started to figure a few things out, playing a little bit better. They've, of course, struggled there, losing two quick games to Louisville and North Carolina. Since then, beat Miami and beat Wake Forest. Their defense has been really good. Their defense is going to have to be good. I think Florida State and Dalvin Cook win this game. I'll take the Seminoles on the road, especially at 4.5 or 5 points.
Yeah, that's yes. I think Florida State will come away a winner on this one also, and it's really going to hurt Clemson. But as you said, they still got a chance to still have a window to get in on that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about that is they're still going to be in control of their conference destiny. They got Syracuse, Pitt, and Wake Forest, not very good teams remaining. They own the tiebreaker over Louisville. As long as they don't slip up again, they win the ACC championship. I do think they're still in that top 4. So I think Clemson can lose this game and still get to the final, the college football playoff. But certainly a win here, it would be huge for the Tigers.
Let's talk a little bit about any changes in the Heisman this last week.
Well, I mean, I think Jake Browning of Washington certainly making his case. I do believe that Lamar Jackson at Louisville is still the favorite. I mean, his numbers have just been outstanding. But Jake Browning has been very good. And then, of course, Deshaun Watson there for Clemson. Baker Mayfield's making a little bit of case now. They're 2 losses early. They're another team with 2 losses. I think still could find a way to be in this picture here. They're fortunate that 2 losses were early. But I'll go top three of Jackson, Browning, and Watson, and then have J.T. Barrett and Baker Mayfield on the outside.
Okay. Did you? I think you saw the article that was written this week about the coaches and severance pay. These coaches are living pretty well. Is there anybody on the hot seat?
Oh, there's certainly coaches on the hot seat. I mentioned Brian Kelly's got to be one. Texas, Charlie Strong's got to be one. Of course, they're going to find a new coach at LSU. The guy that's going to be available now, it's not Tom. Well, Tom Herman can still pick a job if he wants, but another guy's that PJ Fleck out of Western Michigan. I mean, Western Michigan's very likely going to run the table and have a pretty fun bowl game at 12-0. But PJ Fleck's going to get a job at any one of these two. USC could be an opportunity. Oregon could be an opportunity. Those are pretty good programs. Yeah, there's going to be several openings. In fact, this could be one of the biggest coaching carousels ever in college football. We'll see, but we're still a few weeks away from that.
Do we see Lane Kiffin moving back out into a head coach?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are pretty content with Lane Kiffin being there as an assistant, pretty good assistant. In fact, a lot of people calling him the best college football assistant. And just once he gets a head coaching job, he starts to create a little more power, starts to use his power a little bit. So I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if Lane Kiffin's ready and if he wants that yet. But if he gets an opportunity, he'll probably get it. He'll probably get that chance. So yeah, I mean, I think his name's always going to be floated out there.
Okay, well, that about wraps it up for this week. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find us?
Yeah, noobsports.com, knupsports.com. We update our power rankings every week, including the college football ones, which come out on Sunday. NFL comes out on Tuesday. Just trying to grow our base. We're doing a few things on Twitter. Of course, we had a couple World Series daily contests as well. Just fun things to keep people involved. But go to noobsports.com. Follow us at Twitter at noobsports.
Okay, that about does it. Until next week, this is Tom along with Rodney. We say see you next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Noob Sports Show. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider subscribing to our iTunes channel today. Plus, visit us at noobsports.com for more picks, previews, strategy, and news. That's knupsports.com.